Once upon a time, there was a sailor named Sinbad who lived in Baghdad. He was a wealthy man who had traveled the world many times. One day, Sinbad decided to go on a seventh voyage. He set sail with a crew of sailors, and they soon found themselves in a faraway land. Sinbad and his crew were exploring the land when they came across a giant rock. The rock was so big that it could carry off elephants in its talons. Sinbad and his crew were terrified, but they managed to escape the rock by hiding in a cave. The next day, Sinbad and his crew were exploring the land again when they came across a valley of diamonds. The diamonds were so big and beautiful that Sinbad and his crew couldn't resist collecting them. However, they soon realized that the valley was guarded by a cyclops. The cyclops was a one-eyed giant who was very dangerous. Sinbad and his crew managed to escape the cyclops by tricking him. They got him drunk, and then they blinded him with a hot steak. The cyclops was so angry that he started throwing rocks at them, but they managed to escape. Sinbad and his crew continued to explore the land, and they had many more adventures. They met a talking bird, a giant serpent, and even a fish that could talk. They also found many more treasures. After many months, Sinbad and his crew finally decided to return home. They set sail, and they soon arrived back in Baghdad. Sinbad was a very wealthy man now, and he lived happily ever after. One day, Sinbad was invited to a party at the palace. He was the guest of honor, and he was seated next to the king. The king was very impressed with Sinbad's stories, and he asked him to tell him more. Sinbad told the king about his 7 voyages, and the king was amazed. The king was so impressed with Sinbad's stories that he asked him to marry his daughter, the Princess Scheherazade. Sinbad was honored, and he accepted the king's offer. Sinbad and Scheherazade were married, and they lived happily ever after. For more AI stories, don't forget to click subscribe button, please.